Welcome to hell, motherfucker!
Coming up next on BBC Two, it's the BradWOTO stream, but first, it's time for What Picture Has Bradley Drawn Onto a Piece of Paper?
That's right, it's time to guess what I've drawn onto a piece of paper for you today. What do you think I drew on a piece of paper? I'll give you a clue, it took me maybe 60 seconds. Is it a tortoise on wheels, Joel, a piece of paper, an atomically accurate anime girl, a tortoise riding a chihuahua? Let me just restate for you. It took me less than 60 seconds. A cat with a hat. What could he possibly have drawn onto a piece of paper for you on a Sunday morning in less than 60 seconds? Is there anyone in here? It's always a good sign when no one's... Alright, that's it. Okay, away we go. That's it. There's 6 people in the chat room on a day where the game is interactive. It's all good. What could possibly go wrong? What do you think has been drawn onto a piece of paper for your entertainment today? What could he possibly have put onto a piece of paper for you? Okay, you think a tortoise riding a chihuahua. Hi, Gav. Got scared for a second, didn't you? It's someone flipping you off. But who? There's no clue that suggests who it could be that's flipping you off. Is there? No clue there at all. If only you could figure it out. It was someone bloody flipping you off. Shocking. A shocking revelation for us all here. Look at the chihuahua. You see one ear only. One ear only. Definitely an old man hand. Alright, dude. Well, I mean, how old are you even? Like, fucking... 22? I didn't sleep very well last night. It is so unbelievably hot. It is currently 24 degrees in here, but it was also that last night in the middle of the night, and I don't know why. I don't know why. I literally, I mean, it wasn't cold last night or anything, but it's like they have the heating on downstairs or something. I don't know what's going on. They're superheating me up here. I feel like absolute dog shit because I haven't moved my body in so long. I spent a lot of yesterday just trying my best to sit still, just to make my knee heal, but it's absolutely fucked. I'm really enjoying how destroyed it is. And I don't even care. Tomorrow I'm going to go for a walk on it. I'm going for a walk on it tomorrow. I don't even care if it does permanent damage, because I can't do it anymore. I can't do it anymore, you know? When will Chihuahua DM the session? Dude, it's a Chihuahua. What's she gonna do? It's just, I mean, basically, she would take you through hell, because Chihuahuas are evil, right? Finally, Braz is into DB series. What a Chad. What is DB series? What is that? If it makes you feel better, I popped my shoulder in and out of socket last night. Oh, God. Taking a bath. Oh. Awful. There's some Nurofen in here. Dragon Ball. Oh, you're reading the frequently asked questions. And do you know what? I'm proud of you. Most people don't. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people ask me what my favorite anime is, and I always just say Dragon Ball Z, because I think it was really the first anime that I properly got into and watched on TV, because there wasn't many options way back when I was watching it, probably in the late 90s. And but like, you know, overall ever, is it my favorite anime? Probably not, but I don't know. I find what is your favorite questions to be very difficult to answer, because I rarely have a favorite of something. But yeah, I think the first anime I ever saw, weirdly, was Ghost in the Shell, which was fucking amazing. But my tiny little, you know, young teenage mind couldn't comprehend what I was witnessing. Like at all. So then, you know, I watched Dragon Ball and was like, oh, this is the best, dude. I watched Dragon Ball Z and then I watched Dragon Ball. What is your favorite cryptid, Brad? The one from Disco Elysium. Isn't it just called the cryptid? What is it called? A new Ghost in the Shell anime coming 2026. I feel like, I mean, I didn't watch the previous one that came out, I don't think, which I could watch. There's a lot of Ghost in the Shell media, and I really have only seen a little bit here and there of it. I dig Ghost in the Shell, but I don't know why. I just never. Maybe I'll sit and look at it. You know what? I'll make a note. You know what? I'll make a note. Let's have a look. Ghost in the Shell. Let's just add some Ghost in the Shell stuff. I'm just going to write Ghost in the Shell stuff. See what we got. I started watching... I added these to my list and started watching through them the other day. I started watching Moonrise, which is on Netflix, and it's fine at the moment. I don't know how I feel about it. I've added Apothecary Diaries. Also we spoke about this the other day. Tojima Kansaburo wants to be a Kamen Rider. Lazarus is another one I added. To Be a Hero X, Virgin Punk, and Your Former I added. A few of those aren't out yet, but I added them to my list, ready to just hit play on when they appear. I'm also going to watch Danmachi, Sakamoto Days, Kagurabachi, Gachi Akuta. I don't know what that is, but I have it on my list apparently. I'm gonna watch some of the Ghost in the Shell bits and pieces. I think I'm not feeling great this week. I think it might be my brain. I don't know. Sometimes I can't tell if I'm like. I think I'm just a bit overwhelmed. I've got a bit too much shit going on that I just can't be bothered to deal with, and my brain is like. So it could be a good week for just fucking cracking on with some anime, you know? The Insula Dari Phasmid, yeah, that's right. Science Saru doing anime for Ghost in the Shell. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. It was about to start Moonrise and it released without a lot of marketing. Yeah, I mean, Netflix have been putting out some decent stuff. Yesterday I started watching The White Lotus season 3, and honestly it was probably a mistake. That show is so weird to watch. And then yeah, and just sort of randomly I would chuck on like a couple of episodes of I watched a couple of episodes of Moonrise. I like it. The animation is nice. Some of the battles and stuff. The concept seems cool, but I'm not entirely sure what's going on. I'm a little bit lost with what's going on with it, but I think it's kind of on purpose. Oh, the Dan studio. Okay, yeah, their animation's cool. We love you, Brad. Sorry, you're stressed. Well, yeah, I mean, I'm okay. I don't know. I don't know what's happening to me. I might be sick. What I think it is that I haven't moved my body. I've gotten into a routine this year pretty well for look at the chihuahua, of working out and going on walks every day. But because I haven't done that for like the last week, I think it's just making my brain sluggish and making me feel a bit crazy. Kinda. I think we'll see. I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe I just have fucking crippling depression, and I've had it since I was 14. And this is what happens, isn't it? I don't know. I don't know, boy. I don't know, boy. So, really, the only options are wait it out. It's always wait it out, isn't it? I mean, again, I don't feel bad. I'm not like sitting here like, oh, I fucking feel bad. I just, you know, when you're like, do I feel bad? It's more like the feeling of if you have like long-term mental health issues. It's like when you look out the window before you leave the house and you're looking to see if it's going to start raining, and you can see clouds in the distance, but you don't know if they're coming towards you. You don't even know if they're rain clouds, but you're like, is that a storm? Is it going to rain? Am I going to step out the door and it starts raining? Like, do I bring a coat? Is that dark clouds? Are they coming this way? You know when you have that feeling? You're not being rained on currently, but you're looking out the window like, is that coming my way? That's how I feel. So who knows? You know, maybe I could be fine by tomorrow, so we'll see. Again, I don't feel bad. I'm just... What I feel like doing is nothing. A little bit. Which is not usually a good place for my brain to be in. What I want to do is like lay down and die. I did a 10 gig update for Final Fantasy 14 last night because I haven't done that one yet. And I left that going overnight, and I also installed the Call of Duty Warzone update thing. I was like, maybe I'll play a couple games of that, and then there was a massive Marvel Rivals update as well, which I hadn't done, and I just left those going last night. So I'm like kind of prepped and ready, baby. What I need is one of those games that's like, I need a crack cocaine game on my Steam Deck. I need a Death Must Die or a Vampire Survivors or something. By the way, when I think about Chiwiwi, I only hear you say it in gnome voice. It's because that's how you say it. It's how it's pronounced. Chiwiwi. Chiwiwi. Kind of reacted. Mood roulette, yeah, maybe. I need to watch that for Jennifer Coolidge alone. She's the best performance in the first season. But each season, it's an anthology, so each season is a different cast and stuff. Which is fun, because you don't have to watch recaps and shit. There's like very minor little nods and connections here and there, but it's basically just its own thing. It's really very good. It's a very good show. White Lotus. But when you're not in the mood for it, you know, when you don't know if you're in the mood for it and you watch it and you're just like, that's where I was at by the time I went to bed last night, and I was like, I should have watched Moonrise. I should have watched fucking Ghost in the Shell. I prefer an anthology, like how Black Mirror used to be. Black Mirror is still an anthology, isn't it? They're all separate stories. There's like a couple that are sequels. There's a sequel in the new one. My main problem is not being in the mood for shows I want to watch. Yeah. Well, there's a lot of shows as well. We're in the future, and commercialism has become everything. So everything is shows. There's so many shows out there that are worth watching. My problem is that when I'm in the mood to watch some shows, I'm not in the mood to watch others. And I get caught in like yesterday I was flipping between Moonrise and White Lotus, and I was just not quite in the mood for either, you know. And then I'm like, I can't focus on it as well, and that annoys me. Being like just distracted, but also I get very sort of easily distracted on days off, because I was sitting still. I was purposefully just sitting still because my knee hurt, so I was like, I'm just gonna keep my knees still. And so I was just sat on my sofa, and it fucking drives me crazy because I want to do something else. And so it means that I can't concentrate on the show I'm trying to watch. Because I'm like, oh, what if I did this thing for side quest? What if I prepared this whatever? What if I did this TikTok? What if I did this? And I'm like, no, just sit still and watch the TV. I think I'm a bit too ADHD for it, maybe. The episode used to be standalone, whereas in the latest they've had interlinking themes. I just think they run out of ideas. I said this the other day. Did I say it on here, or did I just say it to someone? I said it to PB. Who did I say it to? Yeah, it was PB. I said, like, they're good stories and I enjoy watching them, but the innovation is gone. Basically. So they're just all kind of the same story now. Like, three of them are the same story in this new season. Again, the presentation is very good. The presentation is very good, and they're still very enjoyable to watch. But there isn't a lot of new ideas in them, whereas the original few seasons of Black Mirror are very like, what the fuck? But then also they came out a long time ago. We've seen everything. We've seen everything there is to see. You just go on TikTok for half an hour and you've seen everything you could ever imagine. So it's like, you know, what are they? Brooker probably still does write them, but he's only interested in the same, telling that very similar stories, I think. You know, it's like how all of my D&D games are all fighting God in a JRPG, basically. So it's like, you know, they're still good stories, but the innovation and the originality and the like, the shock factor and the twists and stuff are like not as impactful. So it's a weird one because you're watching it expecting one thing and you kind of get another, but it's still not bad to watch, but you just, you know, it's still not what you were expecting to eat. Instead of playing D&D, we should just Chihuahua stream. I would love that because I'm so tired. And I don't know if I can GM a session for you all, let alone improv the entire thing. I don't even remember what we did last week. I love playing as an elf monk pirate. There's a lot of range with that build. Elf monk pirate. Elf and monk I get. Pirate is what? Your background? I'd love to do a proper pirate campaign again one day. And everyone has to basically play a pirate. And it's just Atlas, isn't it? We just end up playing. We could just do that on Dark Side. We're living in Black Mirror. Like everything that was like funny when Black Mirror first came out and was like, oh, that would be scary, has just basically come true. Speaking of pirates, there's a fucking weird looking boat moving along. Some of these boats are... I mean, these river boats, I don't know where they go once they get out of the river, but they're all really long and flat. Some of them just look so bizarre. An entire Spanish galleon floats. I'd lose my mind if I saw something like that. I haven't seen anything cool like that. You'd think that there'd be more of those around. Like, if I was rich as fuck, I would want someone to... I would want to go on a Spanish galleon. Like, get one. Are they out there? Because it's not like the technology doesn't exist anymore. Mate, just, you know, we should still be sailing around on them for fun. The Full Goonies. A pirate's show. The Full Goonies. A pirate experience. The Full Goonies. A pirate experience. Being on a cruise that was full pirate theme would be fun. Although, I would never really like to be on a cruise. The idea of being trapped on a ship and not being able to go home whenever I want is pretty much my #1 nightmare. I need the ability to escape every situation I'm in. Like, even if you go to another country on holiday, if you really wanted to, you could just book a flight home whenever you wanted. It costs money or whatever, but you know. I feel that just means something different now. Gooning, it sort of does. It sort of does. You know what else I wanted to do was set up the stuff on Foundry that I can't get to fucking work. Oh, we need to make Snotflap as well, don't we? Just googled childhood ruin. Yeah, gooning exists. So. They had the galleon. You took part as one of the crew. They had quests and treasure. Yeah, but I mean a legitimate, big fucking creaking wooden ship from the olden days. Not like I'm on a cruise ship and it's themed. Not on a fake thing. I mean like a real one. Real galleon experience. One of these motherfuckers, you know. Or is that what you mean? You can get on this. This is a cruise diner experience. It's probably horrible. You'd be on it like... That's the sales. There's loads of these that are like parked up. You could do, there's one of them in London. There's probably a few of them in London, but I mean like you fucking get on the thing, get out there, you know, like this. Sail around on that bitch. Seems like they do them. They do exist out there. It's in like Australia and Italy and shit though, where you get like nice weather and you actually want to be outside. Doing it in British weather would be horrible. Well, I wouldn't want to be on it for 3 months or whatever it took. That is horrible. I think it would completely transform my entire personality. By the end of a 3-month trip on a ship, I would become someone else. I'd become someone else because I would either go insane. Like, I would just snap because I wouldn't be able to handle being on a ship for that long. Or, by the end of it, I would just be, like, so disconnected from my life and who I am. You know, I wouldn't be back on the computer and stuff. By the end of it, I'd just be a different guy. I'd be like, I'm staying on the ship forever. I'm staying on the galleon forever. I'm never going home. Be like, why are you talking like that, Brad? I'd be like, that's who I am now. Dressed fully as a pirate. With a parrot on my shoulder. This is Parrot Chan. Singing sea shanties immediately. They'd be like, but Brad, we need you to DM the next episode of SideQuest. I'd be like, I ain't never heard of that in my life. I don't even know how to turn on a computer anymore. I've changed. I became someone else. Well, she went up on the old rudder. She went up on the rudder. You know? They'd be like, fuck, dude, what happened to him? Basically, you'd never hear from me again. And neither would any of my friends, because I know most of them through the internet. You know, it would just be, I would just vanish. Be gone forever. I'd have my leg off though. My leg would be removed. I'd have a peg leg. I've been walking around like I've got a peg leg for a week. Let me just check on the tortoise because I haven't heard it moving. Ah, he's all good. I don't hear him moving. Sometimes he's like fucking sideways, trapped behind a lamp or something, and I'm just like, I don't know how he's doing it, but somehow he's able to like slightly teleport into the far corner of the room, and it's completely blocked off. I don't know how he's getting in there. I honestly, genuinely cannot fathom how he's doing it. Sometimes if you can't hear him, he's literally sideways like, I'm good, man. Don't worry about me. I'll be out of here before you know it. Trapped. She would be sat on the shoulder. She would fucking hate being on a ship, dude. She's so like jumpy. All the noises and stuff. I think she would fucking hate that shit. Sail around, order a crew, fire at things with blank rounds just to feel. I would get real rounds. I'd get full cannons loaded and I'd attack a cruise liner. Wouldn't better help myself. Governments would be like, we can't do nothing. He's in international waters. Won't somebody fucking stop this guy? The super yachts and shit. I'll take down the cruise liners as well. I'm a pirate, Dylan. First of all, you can't tell me what to do. Second of all, if I see you, you're getting robbed. Pirate's life for me. What do you think a pirate is doing, Dylan? Are you out of your mind? What are you, crazy? Dylan? What do you want? You want to play D&D? Fuck it. I say fuck it, let's play D&D. Fuck it! Sloth, pride, lust, rise, delirium, eyes, up. Freddo profundo country salutaris oceanus opaca concilia in litore compas let geba fortet lium super etagem turbo 17 et misit erectum ad infernum o lucere rois mit temporibus temptatis sed nos after superficies et occult opere rotarum fuck eamus nova et omnibus is memoribus infernalibus et temoribus incritinum ixerum orlusa rise back from the hell turn up the spice es wird heiß in road and dice cut them down to the core at your arrow sword always remember to be ready for more rise with a blade nice es wird heiß living as the sight the hills the more the penance the fall comes to wreck rise above it all.
Welcome to hell, motherfucker!
We return to hell. We return now to hell. We have 15 subs already because Shadow is not here today, which means there's a very high chance of you dying. So we've got one wheel spin from courtesy of Shadow Diner Auric Goat. Do you have another one? No, we did it right at the end. I was so convinced that I would remember what happened during last week's session this week that I didn't take very extensive notes. Who wants to remind me? Tativolus, you completed Tativolus's quest. You freed Snotflap. Tativolus then asked you to take a new quest, which was Corrupt the Source. Then we span a wheel. And you rolled devils. But first we have to make Snotflap. Now how do we do that? Do we just make him from scratch? I guess so. Snotflap. NPC. Snitflap. Sneoflap. Now, his stats are in the other thing. Let's have a look what we got. Snortflip. Hell yes, my brother. It's Kumagi. My son. Kumagi, thank you for the 55-month resubscription. Let's build Snotflap. Okay, so he's got 8 strength. He has 18 dex. He has 12 con, 10 int, 10 whiz, 12 charisma. He has skills, bruv. He's got skills in acrobatics, perception, sleight of hand, stealth. That's it. He has dark vision, 60 feet. He has... I don't know how to build this. I don't really know how to do this kind of... This sort of custom stuff is much easier in Roll20 because it doesn't have to interact with anything. In this, everything has to interact with other stuff, so you basically have to code everything. Oh yeah, his HP is 22. Hi Brennus, thank you for the 69 months. Okay, he has nimble escape. Okay, how do I add this stuff then, do you think? Maybe features. Is this a feature? Nimble escape. Nibble. He has nimble escape. He has unlimited uses of Misty Step. Where does one find Misty Step? I wonder if there's a way to make it unlimited. Unlimited. Nayana, thank you for the 76 months. My friend. Building up for a second wheel spin here. I could just keep refunding it, but might be what I have to do right now. And then he has a second feature. Which is Flickering Trickster. Wizard, what's up? Thank you for the gift sub. Also looking fresh with those eyebrows, by the way. When Snotflap moves at least 20 feet in a turn and then attacks, he can disengage as a free action. And he has a dagger. I think the problem with being a DM is you don't ever really make proper character sheets. Sometimes, like, making characters with people, they're like, which button do I press? And I'm like, I've never seen a proper character sheet. Alright, so the dagger is just normal, isn't it? But it is magical. So we do need to edit it. It is the Warp Strike dagger. And this thing is magic. Magical. Perfect, perfect, very nice, very good. Very nice! Sorry, Jesus, most annoying. Now he does have a fear thing, doesn't he? He has the Devil Goblin War Cry. What is that? How do we make that though? Another feature? A species feature? No. He is a goblinoid, but he is that is a humanoid, right? And he is small. He is neutral evil. What is going on here? Retrosphere has arrived. Anonymous has gifted 5 subs. Thank you so much. Durkee, thank you for the 3. Haven't even done anything to earn your love. My gratitude for love. He is technically 1/4. His languages are Common and Goblin. He has... Apparently he has Mithril Chain, which is providing him with what? So he has 16... Basically we have to get him to 16 AC. He's currently on 14. So we can probably just give him... Leather. If he's 1/4 humanoid, did he have a human mum somewhere? No, that's his challenge rating. His challenge rating is 1/4. That's how tough he is to beat. Now, it isn't anymore at all accurate, but that's what a goblin is. Or it's what it used to be. I don't think... The goblins... Are goblins just a thing now? Let's have a look. How do goblins work? Humanoids. You got goblins in here? Because I feel like goblin is not a thing. They did away with... They did away... This is what all the humanoid stuff looks like now. So it's just assassin, bandit, berserker, cultist, gladiator, and you then determine, you know, what species they are. So that you don't just have to be like, all orcs are evil if you don't want, you know. I don't hate it. You also got a lot more options for humanoid stuff, you know, because of that. They sort of had to create more, so you get lots more variables for humanoids, which I'm very happy about, if I'm honest, because I feel like they were sort of scattered in just the monster manual alone. There's only a couple. It was they were kind of all over the place. And then you had to, you know, find what was I doing? Oh, trying to figure out how to give him oh no, AC, we were giving him armor. So he needs armor. So leather armor is going to give him much higher AC, right? No, okay. I don't know what I'm talking about. I can't remember all the armors off the top of my head anymore. I used to know all this stuff. What is padded armor? Studded armor. We'll just give him studded leather armor. And then we will edit it and rename it to Mithril Chain. Essentially the shit that Frodo had. It does say he has a shield here, but I don't think he actually does. So the Roll20 was incorrect. Now how do we do this one last feature? Then we'll spin the wheels. Can you hear that noise, by the way? That is the tortoise. An animal of pure chaos, by the way. Just, you'd think it would be so easy to look after because you just have to give it a bit of kale and it only drinks every couple of days. By the way, to give a tortoise water, you just give it a bath. It's crazy. You just leave him trapped in there for a while. So maybe I'll just make a feature again, and we call this one Devil Goblin Warcry, because he is a Devil Goblin. I went to hell. The description is that as a bonus action, Snotcrap lets out a Warcry. All creatures hostile to Snotflap within 30 feet must make a Wisdom saving throw or become frightened. Now I don't know how to actually add this mechanically. So that it is a button that I can click, but you can. You can do it. It's in here in effects, but it's so confusing. Status conditions frightened. Let's try it. Fuck it. Let's try it. We gotta learn. How do you tell it all the other stuff? Duration in seconds, 60. I don't know how we tell it unless I have to, because you can put in, oh, what the fuck is going on? You can put in what is going on? Like a distance marker thing. Maybe when I click the button, we'll just see if it works. He rarely uses it anyway, does he? Okay, let's. He needs token. Needs a fucking token, bruv. Where is your artwork, mon frère? What's happening? I'm new here. It's such a broad question. We're playing D&D. The character that you play as, Leary, has a companion called Snotflap, and we're having to build his character sheet for the first time because we moved from a different table, virtual tabletop. And then we're going to get into it. Overall, you're in hell. Overall and in general, you are in hell. Welcome to hell, motherfucker. Snotflaps. Ah, you fucked up, boy. How do I scale him? Looks good to me. He lives again. Just check he actually does have a token. Yes, bruv. Alright, I guess we'll see. Oh yeah, we need to add this little piece of information. Because he does have abilities on the dagger. If the attack hits, Snopflap can teleport to the dagger's location as a free action, instantly retrieving it. Additionally, if the dagger hits, the target must succeed on a DC 13 dexterity saving throw or be disoriented, giving them disadvantage on their next attack roll. Can I put that into the dagger? Effects. I don't think this is a... Because disoriented isn't an actual thing, but maybe there's something similar. No. Alright. There's no effect, but they do... How do I make this? Is it under activities, I wonder? Attack. Save. This is the dexterity save. There's no activation cost. You just have to hit. Right? Oh, this is so confusing. Oh, this might be what we need for the other thing, though. But somewhere in here, it will make them... It'll make... I can make this do a dexterity save, but I'm not smart enough and I'm too tired to try and figure it out, so we'll just do it manually. It's so complex, yeah. It does make sense when you're in there, but I'm not very good at this kind of thing anyway. But you can get it to do everything you want it to do. Foundry's so good for that. But I'm not an engineer. I'm not very good at even, you know, simple things like modding games and stuff. I'm not very good at, and this is very similar to that. But you can kind of just set it up like, you know, when this hits, do a dexterity save. On the fail, this. But it's hard to, you know. How the heck does that little gremlin have a warp dagger? He was just created. His stats are shittier than a level 1 character. He isn't the main character. He's a companion. He's a goblin that was picked up along the road. So... You know, like how in Skyrim you'll have a companion that follows you around? That's what he is. The actual character that you're playing is this one. So you're just looking at an NPC. And being like, what the fuck, this NPC isn't unbelievably good? That's absolutely ridiculous. You know what I mean? Like, relax. He's just an NPC that follows you around. Who they've given items to. He has 2 special abilities, essentially. He can teleport, and he has a magic dagger that allows him to teleport to the dagger. But he's still just a goblin that you picked up on the road. And yeah, he's not smart. He's basically a dog. He's practically just your dog following you around, you know. Let me close all this stuff here. A dog with the king's magic, yeah. For real though. pure evil, so more like a cat. Yeah, for real. For real. Okay. So. Where are we at? You're not on the River Styx, are you? You're in the prison. You're in the prison. Sweet babies. I think. Did you leave? Did you leave the prison? What was the very last thing you were actually doing? Did you do a rest and stuff? I feel like you probably did a rest. So the last thing you did was accept the quest. And then we called it there, didn't we? So, let's have a look here. Yeah, recap. Leary, the main character that you're playing, died, was crushed and killed by a giant tortoise. At 50 subs, I'll show the tortoise on stream. He might be asleep. He's not moving around. Sometimes... So I found out from my mum that actually, when he's just standing in a corner and not moving, he's just going to sleep. And he likes to sleep in corners. So that's what he does. Crastian, thank you for the 38 months. Danny, thank you for the 49. Yeah, so you died and you went to hell, which is strange because your character isn't evil. But you were sent there with your companion Snotflap because Snotflap also died. On arrival, you went to this prison to find Snotflap in a cage. You also met Titivolus, who is one of the archdukes here, who controls this region of hell as well as this prison. Titivolus and Leary struck up a relationship of sorts, and Titivolus said, look, I'll let your friend go if you do one thing for me. I need you to accept a quest. The quest was to travel down to the River Styx, speak with the boat guy, and find out why the boatman, you're the boatman! The boatman isn't accepting the coin of Titivolus and the devils. You did this, you went to the boat, the ferryman, yep. You went to speak to the ferryman. The ferryman said that the reason that the devils are not being ferried anymore is that there is an angel's presence within the river itself, because there was a war and an angel fell into the river and has sort of, you know, reverse corrupted the river with angelic presence, so the devils can't actually travel along it anymore. This sort of means that Titivolus is not getting as many souls flowing to him, and he's also sort of trapped here as well as a lot of the other devils and stuff like that. Bringing that information back to Titivolus, Titivolus said, look, here's what I'll offer you. I will give you, big man, I'll give you lots of XP, and I'll give you a little bonus if you return to the river, discover where the source of this angel is, and corrupt it so that the river is once again under my control in this area, and I continue to essentially a businessman with drugs. You know, I need the border crossing open. You accepted this quest to corrupt the source. He freed Snotflap, so you can bring Snotflap with you. You have 2 halves of soul coins, which is the cost for you and Snotflap to be able to travel along the River Styx and down into the source and discover what's going on. At the very end of the session, you span the wheel and you span devils. The spin result was devils. And this is what happens. And then we'll spin the wheel again, because you've got two more spins today. Titivolus says to you, You know, like you can
Rest if you need.
Lyri turns from Titivolus, considering whether to take a rest, when, in that moment, in a flash of fire and black ash, a flowing crimson robe appears, turning in on itself for a few seconds, directly behind where Lyri is standing. As you turn about, another devil appears. A very tall, gaunt-looking devil. Titivolus snarls at the arrival of this second devil. The second devil, a little more than a shadow wrapped in this flowing, ever-flowing crimson robe. The devil has skin that is flowing, constantly flowing ink, bleeding in spots, a face that is mostly hidden behind this sort of featureless visage with these two red eyes that look out. When this devil speaks, it speaks directly into your mind. There's no mouth that opens. When it does speak, it overrides all sound. So when it is speaking, you can only hear its voice. You can't hear the ambient noises of the screams and wails of hell. You don't hear Snotflap screeching and bitching in the corner. You don't hear anything other than this creature's voice when it speaks. And as it speaks both to Lyri and Titivolus, and says,
Titivolus. A lie may sway the masses, but a truth buried properly, when found, can unmake kings.
Titivolus, snarling, says,
Vexario. Why are you here?
It seems you are having trouble with the river. I'm not here for you, Titivolus.
Titivolus, disgusted look upon his face, glances down to Lyri.
Yes.
The voice then speaks only to Lyri. The voice of this tall, demonic, gaunt devil says,
Perhaps you should betray Titivolus. If he should come into more power, he will become a problem. You do not belong here. Titivolus is in this place for a reason. Yes, we serve the Devil King. But Titivolus is in a prison of his own. If Titivolus gains any further power, he will branch out from this place. He will overrun hell. And then he will burst forth into the mortal realm. Destroy everything you know. Kill everyone you love. And turn the mortal realm into a wretched, burning pit, not unlike this. Serve Titivolus. Either way, we need the blockage in the river seen to. But do not corrupt the celestial presence to Titivolus's power. Simply vanquish it. Corrupt it to your own for all I care. You will be rewarded by choosing the realm
Titivolus snarls and says,
What poison do you whisper, Vexariel?
the devil in front of you, this inky, gaunt creature, flicks its eyes towards Titivolus, and you get the sense that they're having another conversation, or it's speaking to Titivolus within Titivolus's mind and not your own. Titivolus says,
Very well. Return to Dis. Tell the king it will be dealt with.
in a flash of crimson robes, black ink, the devil is gone. You have the option, when you get to it, to betray Titivolus, not to corrupt the celestial presence to Titivolus's power, but in fact to some other vanquish it or whatever. Titivolus says,
What did Vexariel say to you? It cannot be that you are being sent on behalf of the Devil King. There must have been something else. For Vexariel to shield the conversation from me. Tell me, Lyri. Tell me the truth. What did it speak?
first option for you. What do you say to Titivolus? There's the truth. There's just lie. Nothing of note. Just do the king's bidding. Or creative options from the chat. Anything you want to say. Now is your chance to get involved. She tried to seduce me. What did she say to you first? That I should decide in the end. Wow, it's so hard to copy some of these messages from the chat room because so much stuff comes up from Twitch. They're like, you want to pin this? Oh, you want to pin this? No, I don't. I just want to copy what it fucking says. Jesus, it's so hard to do. I'll just write it myself. Lie. Wanted to get together for a little drink and some fun. Half-truth. He asked for the Celestial to be vanquished for the betterment of the realm. Or... oh, don't worry about it. We'll take care of the problem. What do you say? The choice is yours. You can vote by typing the number next to the thing you want to vote for. For example, 3 is she tried to seduce me, and 5 is that I should decide in the end. The choice is yours. It's like watching my team vote on maps in CS. Ow. Oh, fuck. I just fucking moved my leg in an awkward position. Jesus Christ. I've developed a new pain in my leg because I've kept it at such a weird position so that the front... because I think what I've done is fucked my ACL up. My problem with my knee is I think the meniscus that I've had since I was younger. It might be a cartilage issue. But because I've been sitting at a weird angle and I've had like a brace on it for 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, a week. It's been a week, Bradley. Like the back of my leg, is that the hamstring? The behind the knee muscle? Aches like fuck when I move my leg now. It sucks, man. Alright, you're going to tell him the truth, siding with Titivolus. Yeah, I mean, Titivolus, so far, to be fair, has not really done you wrong. I get it. I know it seems like a shocking thing to do. I wonder if there is... Wait a minute, is Titivolus a thing I can... Titivolus isn't in the monster manual, surely. He'll be in one of the other bullshits, right? Titivolus. Because he does have a full-blown like character sheet in one of the books somewhere. He's legit. I assume he's probably from the Descent into Avernus or something, right? Oh, MTF. Mordenkainen's. Interesting. He's in Mordenkainen's. But this is Titivolus. He's a legit character. Vexariel is not. Vexariel's an original character. The campaign. Lyri then speaks the truth then. Suggesting that Vexariel said to betray Titivolus because Titivolus will become too powerful. I think make me an insight check as you speak these words. We really need... I need, I guess a journal entry just for images, but I don't really want to do it. Maybe I'll just save these images. Titivolus. Vexzaryl. Let's roll an insight check. We don't really do too many of these. What does Lyri have for insight? +1. +1 to the roll. We can probably take the first roll. A 5. A 5. A 4. There's a slight smirk to Titivolus's mouth as you finish telling this story. Titivolus says,
"While it is true, I am trapped. I have no ambition to usurp the king. Vexariel is known as the Silencer in Crimson. When finished with you, it would have silenced you, one way or another. You have chosen correctly, Harry. You have chosen the side of Titivolus."
But you don't really get much of an idea of where his mind is at during this moment. Vexariel's pronouns are its, by the way. Which I'm sure Archdevil Duke of Hell Titivolus would have explained to you while you were referencing Vexariel. And I guess that's it, isn't it? What are we at? So there's 30. Thank you, Kyrie. For the 58-monther. yeah, I guess that's it. Would you like to take a long rest? Yes or no in the chat room? And actually, we'll spin the wheels. Need one more gifted. It says 30. Did that not say 30 on the screen? Every 10 gift subs, I just realized new shoe. Every 10 gift subs, we spin the wheel here. And random effects will happen. That's what's going on. Yes, okay. Let's do a long rest then. Because I think that is fair to do. I think Leary spends maybe longer than 8 hours resting, sleeping, prepping Snotflap for the journey ahead, knowing that the journey is pretty brutal down to the River Styx, and the landscape is crazy. Snotflap does not have an immunity to fire, so you must be aware of that as well going forward. The land is significantly less dangerous for Leary than it is for Snotflap. Thank you, Omega. My son. Oh, fuck, dude. Liam just sent me a picture of all this fruit that he bought. Little bastard. Little bastard, dude. I want some of that fruit, dude. That little bastard. Okay, so you take a long rest, and then we spin the wheel. It's wheel spin time. That's what I needed to do. Here we go. First, we got 3 spins. Let's see what happens. What do you get? Thanks, Jules. Spin for companion. Appropriate. Okay, so we're going to spin for Snotflap. So currently you have equipped Snotflap, and we do need to add the compendium to this, don't we? And some of that. We did it with the journal, the summons. So we need to add the a new folder. You can't quite see it because it's under the wheel. So the companion compendium. I wonder if. Well, you could probably add. I could probably add Snotflap as an equipable item for Leary. All right. So no, you're not spinning to get another companion. You're spinning the wheel on behalf of the companion. So the companion gets whatever this spin will be. If it makes sense. Wish. What would Snotflap wish for? Fuck. Oh no. This isn't good. I don't know if I can allow this to happen. I don't know if we can allow this to happen. Actually, yeah we can. Because I'm Snotflap, not you. So I get to pick what goes on there. Right? That's what I think. What would Snotflap wish for? Snotflap. And it's a full wish? Yeah. Snotflap's wish. The Tivolus explodes. Unresable. Devil power. Become an Archduke of Hell. Gain Devil Trigger. Some meat. What would an evil goblin want? To become the main character. The choice is yours. 1. 2 of those are game changing. It will completely transform the entire game. Oh my god, dude. The combination of spin for companion and wish granted is insane. By the way, if this happens on Lancelot, that's how he gets into non-canon. That's how he finds them. I'm actually so proud of the 9 of you, the 32% of you that have voted for just some meat. I'm so proud. He would just vote for some meat. He gets a full wish and votes for some meat. Devil power. You have chosen. Devil power. Okay, I think maybe we'll make a... Let's have a look at Tativolus. What has Tativolus got? Charm powers. Here's what I'll do. Which devil power? Horns, tail, skin, hands, mouth, eyes, tongue, legs, void, flame. You have chosen mouth. Suddenly, as Lyri wakes up after a night's rest, from across the room, sitting on a desk, littered and covered in bones, snot flap perched, watching Lyri sleep. Smiles. Magic of the spell wind. Chaos around him. Lyri blinks a couple of times as Snotflap's giant smile widens. His mouth stretching and splitting. His teeth growing. Lyri kind of steps back, leans back against the wall as Snotflap's mouth grows. Snotflap gains the ability the Infernal Bite. Guess this is where it goes. Infernal Bite. Magical. Natural. Proficient. The damage is 2d6. Piercing damage and add another one. I don't know how to use Foundry, guys. Make a code. That work? Oh, here's the problem I might have again. Anyone ever used Foundry before? Because I had this problem the other day. How do I tell this thing to use dexterity? Make it light, would it become... Huh? Snotflap is evolving in the corner of the room. Here is your task for next week. Find out how to tell as an action weapon roll. Where do I tell this thing to use dexterity? I scoured this thing for hours. I even asked Wax Steven and he was like, I'm not helping you, I literally don't care. And I went, okay, well, see you, I guess. Description. Want a failed DC 13 Constitution save, the target is branded with a smoldering rune and has disadvantage on stealth checks for an hour after they've been bitten by Snotflap. Edit the weapons settings. Edit the weapons settings. What do you mean by that? Details here? In here? Edit the weapons settings, which is this. Edit. So now we're in here. Now settings isn't a word, so what do you mean? And add a flat modifier. Where? Where do I add a flat modifier? Is this something you've Googled or something you know? Because if you're just Googling it and chat GPTing it, I've already done it. I need someone who actually knows. Under rules. Where the fuck is rules? Anyone see rules? You can all see the screen. Rules. Rules. Does anyone see rules? I don't see rules, do you? I can't see the top. Equipped, identified, copy document, sheet, AA, configure. Rules. Again, is this something you're just Googling? Or is it something you actually know how to do? I'm beginning to suspect. First option. Just trying to help. Didn't answer the question though, did you? You know? I mean, unbelievable how hard it is to get people to answer a fucking question on the internet. How is it so difficult? Alright, so it didn't help at all, and that's why I'm specific. I need you to specific Googling. Okay. Guess what I can do? Only come to me if you have the answer. Only. No spitballing. No working it out on the fly. I spent hours doing it. Literally said, spent hours doing it. What do you think I was doing? Just sitting in here prodding it. I mean, unbelievable. It can't be done. It literally cannot be done. It's so confusing. It doesn't make any sense that I add a weapon and I can't tell it which of these stats to use. I mean, it has to be on here somewhere. There's no way they overlooked something so simple. But I have no idea how to tell it to use Dex. Like, this one's using Dex. But where? Maybe it's because it's got finesse clicked. If nothing else, it might actually just shift it. Yeah, okay, I can shift it to finesse. Is that the only thing? It has to be technically a finesse weapon. Well, that'll get it working for today. It's confusing though, because there's going to be situations where it's not a finesse weapon, you know? I think that's what I did last time, but it was the same situation. I was adding a creature that had a bite attack. And the only way you can do it is hack it as a finesse thing. But what if I wanted it to be charisma? You know? What if I wanted it to be a different stat? I don't get it. Alright. That was our first wheel spin. Let's spin again. I swear to God. Get another wish. What does that say? What does that say? Oh, is it quad vantage? Quad vantage on your next roll. Okay, cool. Let me write it down. Quad vantage, next roll. Next spin. Another wish. Are you fucking kidding me? This time you get a minor wish. Minor wish granted. What do you want? What do you want? The choice is yours. A ham and cheese sandwich. Minor devil power. Contract with PT has a loophole. Armor gets a +1. Snotflap adapts and is now immune to fire. These are not minor wishes, guys. Hey, monkey's paw in effect. The monkey's paw is in effect. Meat for Snotflap. The recipe for the best ham and cheese sandwich in existence. Find out if Titivolus is lying to you or not. Wings. Avio hair. Oops. Go. The choice is yours. The monkey's paw is in effect. If you become too greedy, there will be consequences. Welcome to hell.
Welcome to hell, motherfucker!
What do you want? You want to find out if Titivolus is lying to you. Alright, I won't make you quad vantage it, but make me another insight check. We won't use your quad vantage on this.
Because that's not fair, man. They're pissing me off.
Because this is part of the wish. Thank you for the subs, by the way. Vicky, Jules, Omega, Kyrie, Cressy, and Danny. And... we'll take the second roll. Not that 10. Hi, Chinero. Canyonero. A 9. And what is the insight? You have a +1. So it's a 10 overall. A 10. During the night, Lyri has dreams, portents of the future. A sense of understanding between Lyri and Titivolus. Titivolus was partly lying to you. Do with that information what you will.
Welcome to hell, motherfucker!
Venom back. What's up, my friend? Thank you for the 5 gift subs. Appreciate the subs. Every 10 gift subs, we spin the wheel, which is right now, courtesy of Venom back and a couple of the others. Another wheel spin. An instant long rest. Now we have a rule, right? What is it? Temporary HP. You just did a long rest, so you get 1d8 plus your level of temporary HP. 1d8 plus 4. Nine. You get 9 temporary HP. Not bad, I say. Temporary HP, useful. 9 temporary HP is essentially what you get for that one. A gift from Venom back himself. 9 months, Venom back, you have been here. And that means you have just given birth to our child. How does that feel? You feel good? You feel like you really let something out there? Name the child. Okay, awakened and refreshed. Do you embark on the quest? Yes. No. Feels amazing. You have given birth. This guy absolutely has plans to usurp the King of Hell. What was the name of that imp? By the way. I know you've encountered several imps. I think only one of them was named. Was he named? Did you ask his name? Yes. Embarking upon the quest. Packing a bag. Preparing Snotflap for the journey ahead. One glance back over a shoulder at the doorway to Titivolus, who floats above his prisoners. Black chains in one hand and a gleaming blade in the other. A set of smouldering, fiery eyes glance back at Lyri. And you begin, once again, to travel from the prison back to the River Styx. Now, I'm not going to make you do all of the same travel challenges that you did before, but I do think we should make a roll just to see if you absolutely fuck this up or not. What do you think? A survival check? Yeah, you have a +3 in survival. Let's do a a survival check. Roll me a survival check, please. And we'll take the second roll. Send a kiss goodbye. Well, you chose to immediately embark on the quest rather than go and give him a kiss. Gave him the old French goodbye. What's a French goodbye? I know an Irish goodbye is when you just leave without whatever. What's a French one? I feel like it's a something, right? Rolled a 5. Well, you have to be the winning roll. You'll see it says, the winning roll is... It picks a random between all the dice rolled. Keep rolling. Ooh, a natural 20. I won't make you use the quad vantage on this. I forgot about the quad vantage, but you already have a natural 20. I will allow it. A natty 20 on a survival check. I think this goes so well that something must happen. What do you get on a good travel check? Usually I have it that you find something or someone of use, but I think it's probably... Roll me another d20. We'll say you find something on the way. We can take that 13. A 13. You find a vial of black sand. A vial of black sand. A small glass vial filled with fine obsidian black sand. It shifts unnaturally when shaken. I'm sure you'll find a use for it somewhere when you bring that back to the mortal realm. Pocket sand. I think it's going to be much more than simple pocket sand, but I guess we'll see, won't we? You return, then, eventually, to the River Styx and the boatman. Did I have artwork for him? I did, right. Where was it? Where are you, you motherfucker? God damn it. Anonymous, thank you so much for the 5 gift subs. Traveling once again. To the River Styx. You come to... I mean, this is an annoying travel again. I think we see everything that Lyri did last week, but with Snotflap. Probably just teleporting around. Traveling and hiding from the patrols of devils. Making their way down the merchant's route with all of the discarded and broken caravans and carriages. Eventually coming to the River Styx and following this lazy, flaming river of liquid fire and lava. You see a simple wooden rowboat at the end of a dock. The rowboat should be on fire, but it isn't. It's just sitting there, a very plain wooden rowboat with the individual, the ferryman, waiting on the dockside. A skeletal form under a ragged set of robes with a single staff as you approach. What do you say to the ferryman as you approach? What does Lyri say to the ferryman? Let's go. Wizard, thank you so much for gifting a sub to Lolly. You Margie, thank you for gifting a sub to Programming Go Deaf Go Pro whatever that says. Change your name. How can I cross? To the source. Give him coins. Do you sell anything? Perchance, good man. We want to cross. Alright, there's your options. What do you say to the ferryman as you arrive? To the source. Handing 2 coins over, 2 halves of a coin. The ferryman's eyes light up with a flame. The ferryman says,
Climb aboard.
the boat bobbing on the fire. Snotflap says,
We ain't getting on that shit, are we? This is some sort of trap. I ain't getting on that. That's gonna burn up. It's the moment that we set sail, he's gonna eat us or some shit. Hey, you fuck with me, I'll eat you. I don't care if you burn some fire, I'll eat you.
Lyri says, just get onto the boat. Hands the 2 coins over. As you step onto the boat, the ferryman simply materializes at the back of the boat. The staff stretching downwards into the flame, and he begins to slowly move the small rowboat forwards. I'm gonna need you all to roll me a d20, please. Please roll me a d20. We'll take the first number. A 12. That, my friends, is a medium. A medium. We have this. Oh, I have this. This seems very dangerous, however. After several minutes, the ferryman says,
Beware.
underneath the boat, there's the sound of things striking the bottom of the boat. Softly at first. Then it falls silent. Lyri says, What's going on? Can't you defend the boat? The ferryman says,
I am but a ferryman.
things hitting the bottom of the boat. Snotflap says,
I got a bad feeling about this.
crawling up the side of the boat, coming up from out of the fire. Squidges, slimes, blobs, strange misshapen blobs, at first flaming flesh. As the flesh, the flames give away, the flesh continues to move upwards. As you look at it, you can make out sort of an eye, nose holes, a weird twisted little mouth, as these slobs begin to slather their way up the side of the boat. Snotflap says,
I ain't eating that. I don't even give a shit. I'm not eating it.
roll some initiative. I think, do you have advantage? I think you have advantage. You have quadvantage. Alright, keep rolling until we have the highest number of 4. Now I'm going to try and add a boat to this scene. How do I do that? I've not messed with tiles too much yet.
You're the boatman.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. Oh, hell yeah, dude. A boat exists. Alright, Leary. Snotflap. On the boat. Now, the creatures that are climbing up the side of this boat are known as lemures. Let's say 6 of them for now. Let's say 6 of them for now. Is this lightly glowing? Can we get some embers? Can we get some, not this, I don't even know what this is. Can we get some, we get some embers going? Yes. Big embers. Alright, the winning roll is a 2. That's the highest number. No, it's a 19. Snitflap. Oh no. His name says Snitflap. From when we misspelled it when we created the character. I guess I'll have to figure out how to change it. Okay, let's roll for all the NPCs. Apparently Leary is. And that is a 19 plus... What is your initiative? 4.
easily going first. The head of the boat. These creatures are climbing up onto the boat. So I think really they're in these squares. It is time. What does Leary do? Now the options are, as always, attack the nearest one with a rapier. Attack one further away with a longbow. I'm guessing you're not going to want to run. You could dodge, which will give them disadvantage to hit you. You could use a potion of healing, and you could summon Diabolos. Any other options in the chat room that you want to try? That was a lot of dice, wasn't it? That was a lot of dice. What would you like to do, my friends? Sing a song like they are mermaids. Good option. What was the HP on them? You don't know. Kick one as hard as possible. Precious has started voting. There we go. Away you go. Climbing up the side of the boat. Snotflap says,
I don't like spicy food.
and then smiles at Leary. His giant mouth twisted and strange now with the additional devilish abilities that are probably quite strange for Leary to see, because Leary has no idea what happened. Attacking one. Alright, roll me an attack roll. Let's see how you do. Which one do you want to attack? Left? Right? Other? At bottom? Top left, top right, bottom left, bottom right. First one to type it in the chat room wins. R. Top left says Venom back. That's this one here. And this one it shall be. Climbing over the side of the boat. A fleshy creature. A lemure. A lemure. Hideous blob. What are you? Lemure. A hideous blob of molten, stinking flesh oozing across the ground. Formless, shivering. Hints of a mortal's former self could be seen in a lemure. This lemure looks suspiciously like Venomback. Leary attempts to attack this one. Right. Very lemure, very mindful. With a, what is that, a 13 you've rolled? Should we just take the first attack roll? Each time? No one in here today? Because I haven't got Shadow to control you all. Oh my god, my leg. Jesus Christ. A lemure. Look at this thing. You see it? Disgusting. That's what people from the north of England look like. The winning roll is a 5. Which means that is a 9 to hit. You have a +4. What do you have? To hit on the rapier? Is it +4 or +5? You have a +6. This hits. You deal, 7 damage to this lemure. Disgusting, fleshy, boiling mass tries to pull itself up and over the boat here. Leary pulls out a rapier and slices off a good chunk of this thing. Destroys it in 1. 11 damage. It falls into the lava. It's kind of lava. We'll call it lava. Okay. Would you like to action surge? Yes or no? Would you like to action surge and have another go at an action? Remember, this is the beginning of the quest. I don't know how long this quest will be. Yeah, no, yes, yes, no, no, yes, never mind, no, okay. Let's go with a full vote then. Would you like to use action surge? +1 action. Yes, no. Very lemure, very mindful. It's apparently 24 degrees in this house at the moment, and I'm astonished because it is very windy outside. And I've got the window open. I have the window open. Alright, no. Not using the action surge. You have bonus actions. What are your bonus actions again? Second wind. Oh, you can attack with the dagger. Would you like to use your bonus action to use your offhand to attack another lemure with the dagger? Yes or no in the chat room? Kind of no reason not to, I don't think. Yes. Okay, roll me an attack roll. We'll just take the first roll. Which one would you like to attack? Bottom left, top right, bottom right. Top right. Okay. Strike him with the bone dagger. Offhand attack. We'll take the first roll. Since there's only 7 people in the chat room today. A 17 from Deciduous Pine. That's a hit. Let's deal some damage. 6 damage. Bloodied. Slicing one of them in half at the sort of the front of the ship, the bow of the ship. I've forgotten my ship terms. The lemure falls, just shoving the dagger into the eye socket of this second lemure that looks suspiciously like Deciduous Pine. That's how it sounds. Like a chihuahua being washed by a plum rug. And you deal 6 damage to it. It's bloodied, it's injured, but it is not dead. That is the end of your turn. This lemure is dead. The next lemure will slide up onto the boat and it will attempt to attack old snotty boy. Old snotty boy with some vile slime. Misses with a 15. Barely. Barely. Vile slime to Snipflap. Snotflap says,
Oh shit, they're on the boat behind us as well. Fuck this.
that's the end of its turn. It is now Snipflap's turn. Snipflap, I think, will... What do we do with Snotflap when he's already engaged in melee? He can Misty Step out and Misty Step back in. Yeah, I think he's just going to fuck off. No, he would attack and then fuck off, wouldn't he? Yeah, that's what he'd do. Let's attack one. He'll attack the one that tried to attack him, I think. Snotflap. Snotflap. He's not going to try and bite this thing, because I don't think he wants to eat it. This is a normal attack roll from Snotflap. 14. Dealing... Now, does his dagger do more damage? Hold on. Did I hit a special dagger of any kind? Yeah, it does 1d6 plus 4, so we need to change it. Hold on. His dagger is a d6 dagger. It's a warp strike. I wonder if that will have updated in time. Let's find out. Yes, it did. 9 damage to the Lemure. And then Snotflap vanishes.
Fuck this!
And warps to the shoreline. Because he ain't fucking with these things, you know what I'm saying? It is a Lemure's turn. A Lemure appears behind Lyri. Now here we go. There's going to be a few attacks from the Lemures here. What the fuck? He did not even need a boat. Well, not for this part of the journey. But I assure you, the next part he's going to want to be securely on the boat for. Vile slime. Being vile slimed, a miss. The next will attempt to vile slime. A hit. This one slimes for 2 slime damage to Lyri. Did that apply it from this other one? It did. Temporary hit points. Some sliming action going on. Poisonous slime striking at Lyri's leg. The next Lemure will attempt to strike at Lyri as well. 11, miss. And then the bloodied Lemure will attempt this next. Maybe a miss. A 9, yep. Shooting globs of slime, trying to bite at Lyri's legs. The Lemures miss all of their attacks. It is now Lyri's turn. Are you just attacking one again with a rapier? Yes or no in the chat room? Or do you want to do something different? It's Lyri's turn. Yes. Okay, which one are you attacking? The bloodied one? Yes or no? Top right? The injured one? Or would you like to attack the bottom right one, main hand, and then top right with offhand. Might be a better way to do it. I don't know how you're going to answer this now. Bottom right. Yeah. Yes to that. Yeah. Okay. Let's do that then. Okay. Roll me an attack roll. I'll take the first number. You have a +6 to hit. The Lemure. The Lemure has 9 HP and an AC of 9. It is a dexterity of 5. A dex score of -3. A 12 is a hit. Here we go. Here we go. So you're attacking this one with the rapier. Don't need the attack roll, just the damage. See what you get. Only 7. Lemure is struck with the rapier, but continues to climb up the side of the boat. Which one would you like to attack? I think they're both on the same. No, this one's a little more hurt than the other one with your offhand attack. Top or bottom? Top or bottom? Are you a top or bottom? Top or bottom? Are you a top or bottom? Nyanar says a bottom. Can't believe you answered that. Shellbreaker says top. Can't believe you answered that. Insta-Rage says top. Can't believe. Oh my god, are you a top or a bottom? See how I tricked you all? You see how I tricked you all? Now you're all revealing that you're all tops. Except for Nyanar, who's a bottom. Wow. Wow, dude. Whatever the mood is. Pretending he's ever had sex. Adopted his children. Okay, top was the answer. Here we go. Roll me an attack roll. Gotta beat a 9. We'll take the first number you roll. An 8 plus 6. It's enough. It's enough. Here we go. This one's a dagger roll. The bone dagger. 6 damage. It's enough. Stabbing this creature, it falls from the side of the boat back into the lava with a hiss. Would you like to action surge? Would you like to action surge, sir? Sir, perhaps you'd be interested in an action surge. No. Okay. That Lemure is dead. That Lemure is dead. Snotflap's turn. Snotflap is going to attack this one because he doesn't like this one. Warp Strike Dagger. Normal roll. Here we go. A 10. Wow, barely hits it. Dealing 6 damage. Launches the Warp Strike Dagger at this creature and then ports in, standing on the side of the boat, pulling that Warp Strike Dagger out of this mound of flesh before it's eaten by the strange creature. Snotflap says,
"These things are gross. Oh man, these are nasty. I think I shit that one out once."
Lyri rolls her eyes. Lemure's turn. Lemure will attempt to strike at Snotflap, I think, since it's been distracted by Snotflap appearing. Let's see. Vile slime attack. A 4 misses.
Ha! Miss me, you stupid slow phlegm.
Next, Lemure will attempt to attack Lyri with some vile slime. A 7 on the dice roll. A 9 in total is a miss. And then the next Lemure will also attempt to slime Lyri. An 18 roll, 20 to hit. That is an attack. Here we go. Here comes some damage. Poison. 3 poison damage to Lyri at the end of the Lemure's turns, bringing us back around to Lyri. Attacking again. 2 of them injured, 2 of them bloodied, 1 at full health. Would you like to attack the full health one? or would you like to attack one of the bloodied ones? Which one would you like to attack? We'll call it, what is that? 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, or 8 o'clock? 7:30. The full health one. Okay. Roll me an attack roll. 3 o'clock, please, says Cutter Slade. Far too late. A natural 1 from Nyanar there. A devastating miss. Keep rolling. We're taking that, and we're gonna hit up the fumble table and see what happens to you. We're gonna see what happens to you. Where is my fumble table? Why do I always lose it? It's because I saved it in a different thing. Did you get a 20? Panic surge. In your moment of panic, you forgot your training. You cannot take reactions until the end of your next turn and lose any bonus actions you had planned. I was like, that's not too bad. Reactions. The bonus action lost. Stumbling a little bit on the boat, confused, in hell, surrounded by flame and fire. At the back of the boat, calmly bringing this thing. What do they call that? Is it still rowing a boat? You know, like the guys in Venice that just have a big stick instead of rowing the actual boat. He's kind of doing that, really. Steadily bringing the boat forward. Lyri kind of loses balance a little bit, stumbles maybe on some of the parts of the rowboat, swings and misses, losing the ability to use your bonus action as well. It is the end of Lyri's turn. It is Snotflap's turn. Snotflap will attempt once again to attack the one that he has been targeting already with the Warp Strike Dagger. That is 19 to hit for a grand total of 5 damage, killing one of them.
Get your head in the game, Lyri. What the fuck? You can kill some snot, right?
Lyri says, you do know that your name is... never mind.
Fuck these flaming bastards. What are they anyway?
Snotflap turns to the the boatman. The ferryman says, nothing at all. Lemure's turns. This Lemure will once again target Lyri with some vile slime. 15 is a miss. The next Lemure will target Lyri with some vile slime. With a hit, this one is going to do a little damage. Another glob of poisonous slime strikes Lyri, dealing 3 damage. You're at 1 temporary hit point left before you go back into your pool of your normal hit points. It is your turn. Plan this turn the same. Strike the full health one. Wait a second. Who's Snitflap? Yes. Alright. Roll me a d20. It is time. Roll a d20. What'd you get? An 18? That's going to be a hit. Here we go. The rapier. We do not need the attack roll, just the damage. What do you get? Oh, it's good. 12 damage. Slicing this thing in half. The Chihuahua reacted to me. That's why I stopped there. I was confused because I thought the Chihuahua was freaking out, and I was like, yeah, it's probably because I went.
Chihuahua, hello. Yes, it responds.
And then back to the D&D game. Only one more week of Chihuahua. Alright, give me another attack roll for the offhand attack with the bone dagger. And if you keep dressing like that, I've got a bone dagger right. We at 50 subs yet? At 50 subs, I'll show you a tortoise. 17, that's gonna hit. For sure. Bone dagger. Damage. 6 damage. The last of the creatures is defeated. Congratulations. You get 110 experience. How do I do this? Do I do this? 55 each. Did that work? Does Snotflap get XP? 260. We didn't check it. What was it on before? Someone go and check in the VOD. Is that correct? Did you get 55 XP there? God, that's so fucking cool. Dude, how great is Foundry? Thank you so much for the 2 gift subs. That's a wheel spin and a visit from Tortoise Chan. Now, the main reason I'm very happy that you gave me those 2 gift subs is that I think he's asleep and he probably wants to go to bed. So I'm going to put him in his little bed. After we spin the wheel. It's not like ports back into his chair on the boat, I think. Oh, your next roll will be a natural 20. The boat continues to slide lazily down the river, and we'll take a brief break while I collect a tortoise. He was for sure trying to go to sleep.
Please, let me sleep. I'm tired, man. Come on, man. Let me go to sleep, man. Look how cool he is. Where his shell's a little fucked up, I think, from where he was rescued. But I think it looks badass. Wow.
He is in his bed. That thing killed Lyri. Okay. 3,260 plus 500 from accepting the quest. He didn't say he was going to give you 500 for accepting the quest, did he? He said he was going to give you 500 if you did the quest. You got to complete the quest, bruv. I mean, there's no way I would have said that. So, okay, traveling down the river, down, down, down by the river Styx. Is there a metal version of that song? Because that's what would be playing right now. That's what we'll be playing right now, isn't it? Was it on 3260 before was my question. It's impossible to get an answer out of people, isn't it? Have you noticed that? Isn't that the craziest thing? A straightforward answer just doesn't exist on Twitch. It cannot be done. Floating down river. The process is strange. There is a bizarre, it's a bizarre sensation as you maneuver through the landscape, because it's not quite the same as being on a boat on water moving down river through a landscape. There are strange elements to the environment here, and there's also almost a dreamlike quality to some of the landscape as Leary, Snotflap and the ferryman maneuver through it. Every now and then there are fiery vents and strange, horrific, soul-sucking winds that blow through. There's some time that passes. At one point, I think we see both Leary and Snotflap hiding underneath a makeshift sort of lean-to in this small boat as acid rain strikes and burns their clothing. There are floating bridges, additional lava rivers. There are bone piles. There are screaming faces in the water or in the lava that pepper this journey before eventually, and in no notable area, no notable place, the ferryman brings the boat to a stop and says,
"You have arrived."
Looking around, it just seems like an continually endless wasteland. Another burning, ashen, broken landscape. The river, looking over the side of the boat, seems to be almost exactly the same. Make me a perception check again. Let's see if you can pick up on your celestial side can pick up on some of this bullshit. The perception is a +5. A 16, a 21. It takes a moment for Leary's eyes to adjust before once again recognizing those veins of light, the celestial infection in this flaming river. Those veins, all running from both directions of the river, seem to be coalescing and turning in a circular manner. A maelstrom of celestial energy directly underneath where this boat is. The ferryman says,
"I will remain. You must swim."
Snotflap says,
I can't swim. I ain't doing that shit.
Leary says, well, it's not water.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Oh, I'll go swimming in the fire, Leary. Yeah, fuck you, I'm not doing this.
Leary looks over the edge of the boat. It is just flame and lava. What does Leary do? How far is the land? Not too far. It's not an enormous stretch of river. Maybe 20 feet away, either side of the boat. Lick it. Could be anything. Somersault to land. Tells Snotflap to stay back while we go. Ask if the ferryman have any fireproofing methods. Carry Snotflap on her head while swimming. Wait, I don't think you guys understand. You have to swim down. You have to swim into the lava. Your destination is under the boat. Hi, Cal. Thank you so much for the 81-month resub. No, also thank you for the 2 previously. You want to redo all this? I'll keep Lick It. I'll keep Tell Snotflap to stay. Jump into the lava and die. Flip the boat Captain Jack style and walk under it. Dip a toe to test. Have Snotflap give us his dagger while we swim down. He teleports to us when we get to the bottom. Throw Snotflap in. Triple back flip into the water. There you go. Alright, there's your options. There's your options. Lick it. Tell Snotflap to stay while we go. Jump into the lava and die. Float. Flip the boat Captain Jack style and walk under it. Dip a toe to test. Have Snotflap give us his dagger while we swim down. He teleports to us when we get to the bottom. Throw Snotflap in. Triple backflip into the water. While you make that decision, I'm going to see if I can pull some new music up. What have we got? What's this? This is not what we need. We need that's what we've got on. Right, the plan is to tell Snotflap to stay while we go. Okay. You got it. You got it, pals. You got it, buddies. You got it, kiddos. Literally says, right, you wait here then, and I'll go down and see if I can deal with this source. Snotflap says,
Yeah, that's exactly what you're gonna do. You think I'm jumping in there? I ain't doing shit. I'm gonna work on my tan.
he puts his head back in the boat, puts on his sunglasses, and leans back with the flames of hell slowly cooking him. Which is what the sun is doing to you when you get a tan, by the way. You ever think about that? Yeah, now you will. Little freaks. What the hell's wrong with you? Okay, you want to dive in? Yes or no in the chat room. Dive in, or you want to do something else? Did we spin for 50? No, we didn't. Let's do that now. Quad vantage on your next check. Remember that. And hold it dear to your heart as you step from the ferryman's skiff. Instantly, the world above vanishes. The flames of the fire of the river curl around your limbs and then blacken. The sensation isn't warm, isn't hot, it's like chilled smoke moving up your body, thick and heavy. There's a sensation of drowning in memory. Lyri falls. Falling. Not in flame, not in fire, not in lava, not in water, but in this black, inky smoke. There is no up and down. There is a slow drifting downwards, almost as if you're being pulled down into something ancient, and it pulls you deeper and deeper. Colors fade away, sounds bend, time twists until it forgets itself. In the murk, as Lyri descends, there are shapes that drift and float past. Faces, some that Lyri half remembers, some that sort of whisper, some that moan. Moments from lives that were never yours, moments from your own. The river doesn't rush to pull you deeper and deeper. It descends upon you, and you descend into it, attempting to remember who you are. Fragments of your life, and then fragments of sins and questionable choices and mistakes. There is a sensation of weight as your body is pulled further into this. Yet your body feels light. It is your soul that is growing heavier and heavier as you drift further and further down. Your body is light. Your soul is being pulled. Your arms and legs and joints stretch. Your skin tingles. The thoughts that you were having twist and fray at the edges before becoming lost. It's dreamlike and it's surreal. It's almost beautiful, but it's so terrifying. And there is something waiting below, not watching, not witnessing, not summoning, simply existing in a state of patient waiting. As you drift. Lyri witnesses the darkness sort of splitting around itself like a mirror. From the mirrored edge, there is an orb that presents itself suspended in this sort of black depth. Inside it, you see a version of Lyri that never existed. More powerful, fulfilled, at the head of a great army. Arms, legs covered in incredible mithril armors, interlinked, as this version of Lyri moves. You get the understanding that you can shift the image inside of this orb. You do so, and there is a change to the version of Lyri inside the orb. There is a destitute, broken version of Lyri in there now. Hair long and ragged, skin sallowed, muscles withering away, clothing just rags, lost in a dark alleyway somewhere, teeth missing, bags under the eyes, a slight madness to the edge of the look that is given. The mirrored part of the river below you has shifted now. On the left-hand side, there is the thriving, fulfilled, powerful version of Lyri. And on the right-hand side, there is the broken, failure version of Lyri. You may swim towards one of them. Choose. Swim left towards fulfilled Lyri. Swim right towards broken Lyri. Which do you choose? Can we make an insight check on fulfilled Lyri? Does she look happy? No, you can't. You cannot do that. But we need to know why. You barely know who you are. You must make a choice based on instinct. Horace, thank you for the 5 gift subs, by the way. Cal, how are you doing? You choose to swim right towards broken Lyri, confronting a version of yourself that fell and is writhing in failure and regret. Roll me a wisdom saving throw, please. My dear chatters. You have +1. A 2. Ah, but you have a natural 20, right? What do you have? 20 and then a quadvantage? What did I write down? Or is it just a quadvantage? What do you have right now? A 20. So this is a 20. Oof, that's lucky. That's very lucky. Okay. You, succeed. You have a sensation of resolve as you confront your own failures and you confront your own regrets, and your resolve hardens, and you have +5 to the next saving throw you need to make. The inky, oily, black river Styx continues to envelop around you. There are bubbles that rise up beside Lyria as you descend. The bubbles begin to pop into flaming glyphs, providing little motes of light in the blackness. From underneath, 2 significantly larger bubbles burst into these flaming glyphs. One is shaped like a screaming mask, the other one like a hollow skull. They drift up towards you. Which do you pick? Choose. Touch the mask. Touch the skull. You choose to touch the mask. The mask rises up towards you. Reaching a hand out towards the mask, you suddenly recognize that the mask represents fear. The skull represents memory. Touching the mask, the flames move over your fingers and run up your arms. There is a sudden cold sensation as this flame pushes and works its way up your arm. You understand that this flame is going to burn you until there is nothing left. What do you do? You know what you need to do? An intelligence saving throw. You have +5 to this. This is an intelligence saving throw that you must make. Now, you have a -1 to this roll, and then you have a +4 is what this ends up being. Take the second roll. The fear spreading through your body. It isn't the fear, it isn't the flame that burns you, but the fear itself. A 9 with 4 is a 13. This is a failure. There is a vivid hallucination that happens here as you witness and watch as the flames burn away the skin on your fingers. It moves up your arm, burning away at the flesh before there's nothing but bones on your hand, witnessing as the flames push up to your bicep, the skin on your wrist and forearm vanishing, the flesh burning, the bones burning, and then eventually this flame takes your entire arm. You will have -5 to your next saving throw. The hallucination bursts. The arm returns, and you continue to float downwards, twisting and falling deeper into the river Styx. Tentacle-like currents brush at your skin. There are swirls in the water, one in the distant left of your vision and one in the distant right of your vision. As you descend, the one in the left begins to take color. For the first time, you see red swirling and warping within. The one on the right-hand side begins to take color, and it turns gold, swirling and warping. You can swim to one of them, but which? Choose. Pass through the red swirl, or pass through the gold swirl. The Golden Swirl. Great name for a tavern, but unfortunately not where you are headed. You pass through the Golden Swirl. Your essence glows momentarily with the radiant power of your celestial side. There is a heat that takes to your corporeal form here. You need to make me a Constitution saving throw, and you have -5 to the roll. But you have +4, so you have a -1 at the end of whatever you roll. We'll take the second roll. you get? An 11, so a 10. Another fail. Lyri becomes noticeably mutated. A twisted form of Lyri almost instantly appears. Where the celestial radiant power was moving through the body, it is rejected, and an infernal mark appears at the center of Lyri's chest. Glowing with red intent, you have -5 to your next roll. Floating. A grotesque, twisted form. A massive, lidless eye opens below you, watching. Two scenes play out. Within the black ink of the water. A scene in which you see yourself victorious, standing atop devils, angels, and mortals alike. And a vision where you see yourself dying, forgotten, a soul lost in the void. Which vision do you choose? The vision of triumph? The vision of failure? You have nothing. You have nothing, because this is not a check. Two phantasmal scenes playing out before you, but which do you choose? Vision of failure. Make me a wisdom check. You have -5 to this. You have +1 to your wisdom, so it's a -4 added to this roll. Horace, thank you for the gift subs. Bew, thank you for the gift subs. I'm going to clear this scene. And then I'll roll you some bullshit. The spellwind cannot save you here. A wisdom saving throw, please. An 8. -4, a 4. Delusions creep in. A piece of your soul left adrift forever within the river. The drifting slows. The whispers quiet. And an old sensation returns to you as you feel your feet touch something solid. Slick stone. The dreamlike haze that you were in shivers and then shatters, and reality rushes back in. Black, ink-like water sloughs from your body and washes out across cracked black flooring. None of it sticks to you, not a single drop. It vanishes into this cracked obsidian. Before you is an enormous cavern, a vast cathedral-like chamber carved from the black, bleeding rock. There are jagged, bone-like parts to this structure. But for the most part, you're looking at black stone. At the center of the chamber, suspended in chains, as thick as you would find on a siege tower, is the huge form of an angel. Regal, but ruined. Wings, once radiant, hang down in tatters. There are feathers drifting down like ash. Her head is bowed. Silver hair tangled around a hollow but serene face. There is golden blood leaking from the corners of her mouth, wounds in the side of her body. It is pooling beneath her in a sort of slow, sacred way. The huge chains of iron have infernal runes written across them. They clasp at her wrists and ankles and wings and hold her aloft, sort of crucified in silence. And that is where we end today's session. Thank you so much for joining us. Dude, I've always wanted to do shit in hell, Plumrug, that's where. Always. It also comes from a book called The City Stained Red, if you've ever read that. That's where some of that inspiration came from anyway. Okay. You have found the corpse of an ancient angel. Well done. But what do you do next? Find out next time. Next Sunday. Here we will do another session. If you like D&D, then why not check out Table Story? Table Story is a D&D channel that I co-own with a couple of pals. And we run many shows on there, including a show that I run on Tuesdays called Side Quest.
Side Quest.
And a show called Deathless, which is on tonight. There is an episode of Deathless. Tell your friends, tell your nan. I owe you, what, 2 wheel spins One wheel spin. One wheel spin. One wheel spin. It is a flow state. You got to get into it. Luckily, I'm very tired, so it's easy to get into a dreamlike flow state. One wheel spin, courtesy of Bubu and Horus next week, at the beginning of next week. And it's going to be teleport. Teleport back to the mortal realm. Tom Rug will kill everyone in here. You'll just hear gunshots. So yeah, check out Deathless on Table Story tonight if you want to watch that. Otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow for Spider-Man, or Tuesday for Side Quest, or next Sunday here for more of this bullshit. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I'm going to go and get some food and then maybe collapse into a pile somewhere. Bye. See you. Bye now.